Hello and welcome to SUTV News. I'm Steven Strohsnyder. Shenandoah University is reaching a deadline this March, the reaccreditation by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. The institution was last accredited back in 1999 and is due for a 10-year checkup. SACS covers 11 U.S. states and over 35 colleges just in the state of Virginia. Though Shenandoah University need show no fear, plans, programs, and preparations for the SACS review have been in effect and are thriving through faculty and staff support. The next big change to hit the Shenandoah University campus involves the Mac notebook, iPod Touches, and the SU incoming freshmen. Ariel Hayda has more on this story.
SU is facing new challenges for going green. This coming fall, Shenandoah University will be providing an environmental-friendly MacBook to all incoming full-time freshmen. In addition to the MacBooks, they will have the opportunity to receive an iPod Touch or an iPhone. SU will be one of the first universities to make such a green effort. The MacBooks are made from one piece of aluminum. Even the shipping is better than normal shipping. Smaller boxes make for less waste. These new technology devices will help students read campus maps, emails, class lectures, and even class notes. If all goes well, Shenandoah University hopes to get all undergraduate students to have a MacBook by 2012.
The iPhone or iTouch will be their mobile technology platform. It's the thing that they'll have on them all the time. When they're on the run, they'll be able to check, has anyone put any new threaded discussions on my course pages? Did my faculty member grade my paper? Is it there now? I want to know what's going on at the conservatory, and I want to go to the latest production in the musical theater department, and they'll be able to click on that, see when it's happening. They'll also be able to take up an interactive map that'll take them right there. Or say they want to know when their advisor's office hours are. It'll be right there on their iTouch or iPhone, and they'll be able to connect with them instantly.
For SUTV News, this is Ariel Hayda.
Thank you, Ariel. Last week, Edward Bell was executed by lethal injection for the murder of Sergeant Ricky Timbrook. Xander Brown has more facts on the Timbrook story.
This story dates back to October 29, 1999, when Sergeant Richard L. Timbrook chased Edward Nathaniel Bell into an alley on Piccadilly Street in Winchester, where the Jamaican native shot the police officer. 2 days later, a grand jury charged Edward Bell with capital murder. In January of 2001, the Winchester Circuit Court found Bell guilty of the crime and on May 30th sentenced him to death. Since then, Bell has lived on death row at Sussex State Prison in Waverly, Virginia. He has had 5 delays to his execution date since 2001. On Thursday, February 19th, the appeals ended and Bell died at 9 p.m. for the murder of 35-year-old Ricky Timbrook. For SUTV News, I'm Xander Brown.
TV3 Winchester's Andrea Oline attended the execution last Thursday and had this to comment on the experience.
I'm glad that if I had to witness it, it was lethal injection. There's nothing like getting up in the morning and knowing you're going to go watch someone die today. That's not fun, but of all of the methods, this one's got to be the most humane. I know there are still people who are against it because the anesthesia, or what puts you to sleep, doesn't work on everyone. Some of them are just paralyzed, but they can still feel pain, but I think that's a very tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of people that happens to. But I mean, yeah, I think it was emotional for a lot of people.
To better soften the blow to the SU campus of such a traumatic event, Amnesty International held a prayer vigil last week in Goodson Chapel in both memory of Edward Bell and Ricky Timbrook. More than a dozen students and faculty met for a candlelit ceremony to offer both comfort and discussion on the topic of Virginia state law concerning the death penalty.
I just hope that we don't have to do this anymore, and that, like we said in there, our energies and time and money can be spent helping the world as opposed to making it a dark place, which it is right now.
More information about Amnesty International can be found at their website. On a lighter note, here's Kelly Mitchell with a look at last week's sports.
Thanks, Stephen. It's been an exciting week in sports in the Winchester area. Hanley varsity boys basketball faced Millbrook for the 3rd time this Friday. but this time it was for the district title. Friday night, the judges turned into district champions, defeating Millbrook 64-54. Hanley varsity girls basketball team defeated Central in the Northwestern District quarterfinals 69-59 and lost to Millbrook this week in the semifinals 33-48. Hanley spring sports will be kicking off in March. Shenandoah University winter sports are coming to a close. Men and women's basketball teams had their final doubleheader of the regular season this weekend against Greensboro and Methodist. Women's basketball lost to Greensboro on Friday, 46-76, and the Hornets knocked out Methodist on Saturday, beating them 70-65. On the men's side, they had 2 victories to their belt, with a win over Greensboro on Friday, 78-73, and an overtime victory against Methodist on Saturday, 66-63. Shenandoah University track and field will be back in action this upcoming weekend at the Indoor Mid-Atlantic Conference Championships in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Spring sports are starting off to a great start at Shenandoah. Baseball started off their season with a back-to-back doubleheader against Misericordia and Kings, losing 1 game to Kings. This past weekend, the Hornets baseball team also added 2 wins to their belt, beating Elizabethtown 7-4 and Mount Aloysius 16-8. Men's lacrosse, men and women's tennis, softball, and golf will start off their spring season next week. That's it for this week. Join me next week to see what's happening in Winchester sports. I'm Kelly Mitchell, SUTV News.
Thank you for watching. For SUTV News, I'm Steven Strohsnyder.